Good morning, children. Sai Ram. I welcome you all to the online class of economics. Children, today we are going to start the next chapter, that is chapter number third, and the name of our chapter is Consumers Equilibrium under Utility Analysis Approach. Children, this is the first video of this chapter, and in this video we are going to learn the topics like who is who is a consumer, concept of utility, measurement of utility, that is cardinal and ordinal approach, that is ordinal measurement, concept of total utility and marginal utility, law of diminishing marginal utility, concept of consumers equilibrium, marginal utility analysis approach, and consumers equilibrium. And at last we are going to learn the basic limitations of utility analysis. So children, let us start with a first topic, that is who is consumer. So children, who is consumer? This question arises because here we are going to learn the behavior of the consumer. Now let us learn first who is consumer. Children, a consumer is one who buy various goods and services for the direct satisfaction of his wants. Like we are the consumer, and in an economy we are obviously consuming various goods and services for our survival. We are consuming wheat, rice, pulses, and number of things, the edible stuffs, clothes, shelter, and other things what is needed for our survival. So we all call as consumers because we are not producing anything, but we are consuming the things which is being produced by the producer. So here we are going to learn, this chapter will basically explains us the behavior of the consumer. Now what is consumers behavior? Children, consumer behaviors refers to the action as well action and the decision process of the people who purchased goods and services for personal consumption. We have already learned a consumer is the person who is buying various goods and services for the direct satisfaction of his wants. Now whatever the behavior, whatever the dealings, the transactions we are going to do, or whatever the actions or the decisions we are going to take, here we are going to learn this consumers behavior. I mean, in this chapter we are going to learn how the consumer can maximize his satisfaction among the limited resources. And in this chapter, the consumer behavior is also refers to the mental and the emotional process and the physical activities of the people as well who purchases and use goods and services to satisfy a particular needs and wants. Now let us move on to the next slide. Uh, Here, children, we are talking about the two approaches of the consumer's equilibrium. Children, I have already explained you who is a consumer. A consumer is one who buy various goods services, or who consumes various goods and services for the direct satisfaction of his wants. And now what is equilibrium? Children, the word equilibrium refers to the state of balance or rest. It is a stage where the consumer does not wants to move ahead, or he is not wants to consume one more unit of the commodity, and he wants that his consumption should be finished at there itself, because he is getting the maximum satisfactions with the consumption. And now if he is going to be moved ahead, then instead of getting satisfaction, he is getting dissatisfaction. So children, these are the various approaches of this is the various approach, or you can say the behavior of the consumer's equilibrium, the consumer's behavior. Now if we join the both the words consumer and the equilibrium, we can say that a consumer is in equilibrium when gives his income and market prices. He planned his expenditure in such a manner among various goods and services so that he can maximize his satisfaction. So as the resources are limited for an unlimited human wants, therefore a consumer has to um, make choices and to follow some principles or some rules and regulations in order to achieve the highest satisfaction level. So accordingly, there are two approaches of the consumer's equilibrium. The first one is the cardinal approach, which we call it utility analysis approach, and the second is the ordinal approach, which we call it indifference curve analysis approach. So children, the first approach, that is cardinal approach or a utility analysis approach, you are going to learn in this third chapter, whereas the ordinal approach you are going to learn in the fourth chapter. Now, what is the word utility? Children, the term utility refers to one satisfying power of the commodity. It means realized satisfaction to the consumer when he is willing to spend his limited income on the stock of the commodity, which has the capacity to fulfill the needs of the consumer, the common needs of the consumer. So, this utility can be expressed as an expected satisfaction derived from the consumption of a good, and psychological phenomena differs from the consumer to consumer, because the choice of consumer differs with one another, and the utility is measured in terms of utils. As you all know, children, we have a different measurement of measuring various things, like the weight we are measuring in kilogram, the time we are measuring in minutes, the distance we are measuring in kilometer. Same way, the utility we are measured in utils. So, children, there are two types of utility. The first one is total utility, and the second is the marginal utility. And children, utility is a cardinal approach. Cardinal means the utility or the satisfaction level of the consumer we can measure in terms of numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. And Benham formulated the units of measurement of utility as utils. Benham was the renowned economist who have measured the measurement of utility as utils. For example, children, let's say that the consumption of 2 units of good X gives 100 utils of satisfaction, 100 utils of utility to the consumer. So this way we can denote the term utility. So children, utility can be divided into two parts, or you can say there are two kinds of utility. The first one is your total utility, which we call in short TU, and the second is the marginal utility, which we call it in short MU. Now, what is total utility? What is total utility, children? Total utility refers to the sum total of satisfaction that the consumer derives when a certain number of units of particular commodity are consumed. Children, in other words, we can say that total utility refers to the sum total of all the utilities that a consumer derives from the consumption of one more unit of the when the consumer derives from the consumption of all the units of the commodity. Total utility, if as the word suggests, total means whatever the utility or whatever the satisfaction he is getting from the consumption of all the units of the commodity is called as total utility. So children, total utility, or in short we can call it TU, can be obtained by adding all the marginal utilities of the commodity. So simply we can write that TU is equal to summation of marginal utility. Now second is, children, marginal utility, which we call it MU in short. So children, marginal utility refers to an additional utility that a consumer derives from the consumption of one more unit of the commodity. Means it is the utility that a consumer is getting by consuming the next unit of the commodity. So we can say that marginal utility means the addition to the total utility from the consumption of and one more unit of a good. And the formula to calculate the marginal utility we can write as marginal utility of n units is equal to total utility of n units minus total utility of n minus 1 unit. Or we can also write the formula of marginal utility of good x. Now here MUX is written. We can read this the formula as the marginal utility of good x. Now here x is representing for the satisfaction or for the utility of good x. So the marginal utility of good x is equal to delta TUX upon delta QX. It means the change in total utility divided by the change in the quantity. So now children, let us take one schedule by which we can understand the concept of total utility and marginal utility. So children, here the consumption of the commodity X is given in terms of units like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the various units of the commodity X which is being consumed by any consumer. So if we calculate the total utility of good X, first we need to have the marginal utility of good X. So children, the marginal utility of good X at first unit of a commodity is 100. So it's all up to you children. If you have the marginal utility with you, you can find out the total utility, or if you have the total utility given with you in the question, that then you can find out the marginal utility. So here children, at first unit of a commodity, the total utility of a good X is given is 100. But here it is explaining you that when the first unit of the commodity X is being consumed, it gives a satisfaction, the overall satisfaction to the consumer worth 100 utils. Now, as you know, if at first unit of commodity, total utility of good X and marginal utility of good X remains same. Why it remains same? Because it here at first unit only one unit is being consumed, therefore whatever the satisfaction, the whatever the utility is being derived itself is the total utility and the marginal utility. But when the second unit of the commodity is being consumed, the total utility increases to 190. It means from an additional consumption of good X, a consumer is get a consumer total satisfaction increases from 100 to 190. So with this assumptions, with this given values, you can assume or you can find that when the another unit of the commodity is being consumed, the total satisfaction, the total utility, you can say stood up, or you can say it goes rise from 100 to 90, 190. It means from the another additional utility a consumer is getting the marginal utility of 90 from the consumption of one more unit, because 190 minus 100 is 90. So the marginal utility is 90 at the second unit of the commodity consumed. So when third unit has been consumed, or you can say when up to third unit has been consumed, the total utility becomes 270. It means from the consumption of first two commodities, the total utility was 190, but as soon as the next unit has been consumed, the total utility increases up to 270. So when 190 is subtracted from 270, we get the value of marginal utility at third unit. So it is 270 minus 190, it is 80. And at fourth unit, the total utility is 340. whereas up to third it is 270. So 370 minus 270 is 70, and so on for the fifth unit. So children, this way we can find out the concept of total utility as well as the marginal utility. Now we are going to plot it both the total and as well as the marginal utility in one diagram. So children, here is the diagram, whereas the unit of the commodity X we are going to plot it on the x-axis, whereas the total utility of good X as well as the marginal utility of the good X we are plotting on the y-axis. So children, at first unit of commodity both the TU and MU are same. Therefore, at first unit of a commodity we mark a point on 100, which shows that from this point the total utility as well as the marginal utility is starting. So when the second unit has been consumed, the total utility increases and it goes up to 190. So the total utility increases towards up, whereas the marginal utility decreases from 100 to 90. Therefore the marginal utility curve moves down. So same way as we know, the total utility is going to be increases at every unit. Therefore the curve of total utility is going up, and the values of marginal utility is going down. Therefore the curve of marginal utility also struck to down. Now children, why this total utility curve is going up and why the marginal utility curve is going down? What is the reason behind it that the marginal utility or the values of marginal utility is going down as one more unit of the commodity increases? Now what is the logic behind this? Children, the reason behind the decrease in the marginal utility is that children, as the consumer keep on consuming the next unit of the commodity, then the additional satisfaction, then the additional utility what a consumer derives from the consumption of one more unit of commodity or from every additional unit of the commodity keep on decreasing. It is you can just take this concept in your own daily life, children. When you guys are going to consume the various when you are taking your lunch and dinner, then you are going to consume the chapatis. Now as soon as you keep on consuming the chapatis, what you are getting the satisfaction from the consumption of every additional unit of the chapati. Now a stage come when you are starting getting the satisfaction. I mean you are starting getting the utility of every additional unit of chapati. Now as soon as the next unit has been consumed, the satisfaction level from the consumption of the chapatis keep on decreasing, and it will reach up to the point where you are obviously attain a point, you definitely attain a situation when you are not going to consume next more unit of the commodity. So you can stop your consumption up to that particular level, which is known as the satisfaction level. But if you again keep on consuming the next unit of chapatis, then instead of getting satisfaction you are getting dissatisfaction. So as soon as one more unit of the chapatis have been consumed, your stomach will be filled and you are getting your satisfaction level. I mean your stomach will be filled at a certain units of the of the chapatis, and you are not going to consume next more unit. So that is why the reason I'm saying here, the when the consumer keep on consuming the next unit of the commodity, then the additional utility or then the marginal utility declines, or it is going down from the consumption of another unit of the commodity. Now children, let us learn the various relationship between TU and MU. So children, here in the schedule we have taken a relationship between the total utility as well as the marginal utility. So here on the very left hand side we are taking the quantities in terms of units and the total utility as well as the marginal utility. So children, it is very clear to you all when any units of or when the zero unit of the commodity has been consumed, we are not getting any utility, we are not getting any marginal utility. But when the first unit has been consumed, a consumer is getting 8 or a total 8 utils of satisfaction. So that is why the marginal utility becomes 8. At second unit of the commodity, total utility increases from 8 to 6. So therefore you can find out the marginal utility at second unit, that is 14 minus 8, that is 6. At third unit of the commodity, total utility is 18, and at second unit it was 14. So at third unit you can find out the marginal utility is 4, because 18 minus 14 is equals to 4. At fourth unit it is 20, therefore the marginal utility becomes 20. At fifth unit it is 20, then the marginal utility at this unit is 0, and at last at sixth unit the total utility is 18, whereas the marginal utility is minus 2. So children, with this given schedule you are observing that if at every additional unit of the commodity which is being consumed by the consumer, then the marginal utility keep on decreasing. Then a stage came when the consumer is not getting any additional utility from the consumption of and another commodity. I mean, this is a point where the consumer is getting fully satisfaction, or he is getting you can say the maximum utility from the consumption of the commodity, and it is a point at first unit where the total utility is maximum and the marginal utility is 0. And if the consumer again going to continue to consume next unit of the commodity, then instead of getting utility is getting disutility, that is minus 2. Now we are going to plot it in this you can say a diagram. So children, we are going to plot it the total utility on the very uppermost side and the marginal utility on the down side. So as you all know, total utility curve starts from the origin and it keeps on moving upward as the total utility increases with an additional unit of the commodity. So the total utility is going up and reach up to the point G where the total utility is maximum, and at fifth unit of the commodity. Since if the consumer consumes the next unit, instead of getting satisfaction is getting dissatisfaction, and that is why the total utility uh, from the point C declines and it is going down towards right. So at down you just see the marginal utility. At every unit of the commodity, marginal utility is declined, and that is why it is going down and reach up to the point you can say reach up to the x-axis, and again if it is consumed then it is going down showing the negative values. So here children, there is a point of saturation, the point of steadity, where the marginal utility is 0. So where the marginal utility touches the x-axis is the point of saturation, where the marginal utility is 0 and total utility is maximum. In schedule also I have explained you that at fifth unit of the commodity total utility is maximum, whereas the marginal utility is 0. This is a point where the consumer is getting fully satisfaction and he is not getting any additional utility from the consumption of the another commodity, because here the marginal utility becomes 0. So if again he is continue the next unit of the commodity, then the marginal utility decline and it becomes negative, and the total utility also declines. So children, there is some observation, some of the important points what we observe. We observe that children, TU curve starts from the origin, increases at a decreasing rate, reaches reach at a maximum level, and then start falling. Falling means that is getting down. Now second point says that when TU is maximum, that is up to that is at point G, called the saturation point, whereas the marginal utility is 0 units, whereas the marginal utility is 0. Children, the units of goods are consumed till the saturation point. Third point, as long as the TU curve is concave, that is in increasing order, marginal curve is a downward sloping and remain above the x-axis. Here it is saying that as long as the value of total utility is in positive or it is in increasing order, then the marginal utility curve remains positive and it is in concave shape. Concave in a sense the values are remaining concave. But as soon as when the TU is falling, MU becomes negative. So this falling, you can say marginal curve shows the law of diminishing marginal utility. So here the law applies by the name of a law of diminishing marginal utility, and this law is one of the most important law in most important law of utility analysis. Now children, let us see the assumptions of the utility approach. So children, there are some assumptions of the utility approach. The first approach is utility can be cardinally measurable, that is can be expressed in exact units. That we have already seen. We have taken that the units of the commodity is consumed, and on such behalf we are taking the satisfaction level, or we are taking the utility which we are going to measure in terms of units, and the measurement of that units are in utils. So utility is measurable in monetary terms, and consumers income is also given, and the price of the commodity are given and constant at constant marginal utility of. So children, I hope today's lecture will get you understand the concept of consumers behavior. I mean, who is consumer and what is the equilibrium position of the consumers, and what the consumer actually wants from the consumption of the various goods and services. A consumer is always wants to maximize his satisfaction, and today we have learned the concept of consumers, the definitions of the consumers, thereafter the concept of utility. I mean, what is utility? Thereafter the two types of utility. The first is total utility and the marginal utility. We have learned the diagram as well as the schedule of both the utilities and the relationship between the TU and MU. I hope today's lecture will get you understand these basic terms, and in the next video we are going to learn how the consumer can strike his equilibrium position, and how the satisfaction level of the consumers can be measured. So that's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you so much for watching, and Sai Ram.